Alright guys, I didn't think I'd ever go back in the woods, but anybody that's been watching my channel knows that I hadn't worked in a while. And I was working on trucks with Christopher yesterday, and this guy stops by and said that he was right down the road and needed some logs hauled, and so I was like, man, it's close enough. So we're gonna haul to this deck gets cleared off and see if we can make a little bit of money back. So I have money to work on trucks with, so let's see how it works out. This is my second load for today. I was #1 man on the deck, and there was one guy behind me. I don't know if they've been anybody else up here to haul while I was gone. It took me a little bit longer to run that run this morning because I had forgot I had took my headache rack off of my truck because I didn't think I was going to haul any more logs. So after I got loaded this morning, I had to turn around and go back to the Alright, here we are again, another day, getting a load of logs. Like I said yesterday, I really had never intended on going back in the woods, but this deck is less than 3 miles from the house, and mileage pay is pretty good, so this will get us a little bit of money coming in real quick and easy, like don't have to chase the work. So this guy came by the house and recruited me, so it wasn't like I had to even look for the work. It was pretty nice. I don't know how big this track is, but we're gonna haul till it's done. I mean, it's not a bad, it's not rough, it's not easy to get in and out because it's got 2 small driveways coming in off the main road, but it's not far off the road. It's not muddy. There's no matting down, so it's not so hard on the tires. So it's easy little bit of work as far as logging goes. So like I said, we'll run this until it runs out. Today's Friday, so we'll try to get you some more content this weekend. Hopefully we'll be ready to spray the fenders on that Pete this weekend, and maybe Christopher will have the harness done up so we can crank that Pete back up and see some lights. So y'all stay tuned and we'll show you. So it's Saturday afternoon, and here in eastern North Carolina for the past week and a half, it has been extremely hot. And Leroy here, my 95 W900, his air condition quit working last April, and the compressor locked up, and I just can't bring myself to spend the money to put a new compressor on it. So I've been suffering, and so today while I was working on trying to get the fenders ready on the 359 Pete. Christopher come over here and put one of these cool old school fans in here for me. So might not be air conditioned, but it's air moving. So I appreciate Christopher doing that for me, and it's gonna be really nice to have this air blowing on me when it's 100 degrees. So I've been working on these fenders here, and I've got them pretty daggone straight. I mean, they're not perfect, but none of the rest of the truck is either. And the main reason that I worked on them to start with was because the paint was off the front here, and they were rusted, surface rusted really bad, pitted up, and just looked really, really bad. And I didn't want them to get any worse, plus I wanted to make them look better. So I've got them ready to paint, and this one actually turned out better than the other one, but yeah, they're ready to go. Fortunately, or unfortunately, however you look at it, it's not been as hot today, which will be great for painting, but we've had like a 20, I don't know if you can see this, like at least a 20 mile an hour wind with 30 and 40 mile an hour gusts. So it's too windy to spray any paint because we got this thing outside. We've got our breathers all done up and ready to spray, and the breather lids. We're finishing up on this one right here. We ain't quite done with it yet, but we'll be ready to spray some paint as soon as it's not so windy. And like I said, Christopher's waiting on 2 new fuse blocks for this thing because the ones that he got were defective, but he's got it pretty much all wired up. Just got to go back in, pop the defective block off, and put, which it's, like I said my last video, it's a 12 circuit block, and we couldn't find another one, so we're going to put 2 6 circuit blocks in there and get her going. But so I really want to get these fenders painted so we could put the turn signals back on here and he can wire them up, and of course the headlights as well. So we're getting there. Like I said, this is really gonna make a huge difference in the way this truck looks, because the majority of it looks good, but the fenders looked very poorly. So we'll get them looking good. And then the breathers, this one here had violet places all over it where the brown had flaked off, and this one had yellow places. And the violet breather actually is in really, really good shape, and the yellow breather not as good a shape, but it's gonna look great. So we got that going on. Really excited about getting that finished up here. And Boots has been working on her truck. She has got all kind of lights on her truck that she has replaced all the factory lights, the cab lights, the sleeper and under door lights and everything. With they're clear when they're off, they go amber, and then they're dual revolution, so they turn purple because purple's her color. So they're finishing up now. I hope tonight we'll have a cool light show with her purple lights going. So looking real forward to that. But that's what we've been doing, and kind of chilling a little bit because, like I said, it's been a really hot week, and it's cooled down nicely today. It's probably not but 85 or 90 degrees, and it's been a nice breeze blowing, so it's been really nice to work. So we've been getting a lot done, but we're getting it, and we're showing you as we go, and hope to have some more to show to you here shortly. But like I said, I've been working, been putting in some 12-hour days, so not a whole bunch of work going on during the week. Christopher's working on stuff, but I'm driving, so I'm not much happening with me around here. And the dull looking on the hood is dust from all the sanding I'm doing, so that really looks a lot better than what it shows up in the video. But anyway, y'all stay tuned, and maybe next time we show this Pete here, the fenders will be painted and the breathers will be painted back on. So y'all stay tuned and we'll show you. Alright, I thought I had all my stuff down here, and I had some high build primer, which I just knew was in the garage, and it's not. So I had a little bit of primer that I primed these fenders with, and I wish I'd had my high build, because if I'd have sprayed it, I would have known that my body work wasn't quite right. But it is what it is. We got these fenders painted, and they have some trash in them, but I mean, the rest of the truck needs work, so it's not gonna look too bad, I don't think. And going down the road 60 miles an hour making money, I don't think it's gonna look half bad. I mean, it looks a lot better than it did, because it doesn't have the rust in the front of the fenders like it did before. We got the breathers painted. Now, you guys that have been watching my channel for a while, a couple years ago, my good friend Dave had, Dave's a painter. He's got a YouTube channel. He comments on my channel occasionally. Speedy's Paint Service, I think it is, or Speedy's Paint Shop, or something like that. I'll try to stick a link up in the description. But he gave me a bunch of mixing bases. And so, and basically they were toners that he bought a paint booth with. It came with a mixing station and a bunch of mixing bases. And so what I took some dark brown, it was a mixing base, and I mixed a little bit of this red aluminum pearl in it. And when I was first playing around with it, I mixed a little bit, and it was way too much. I put like 2 ounces and 12, and it come out really, really red. And so then I sprayed the dark brown toner straight up, or dark brown, whatever, dark brown mixing base straight up. And then I did 2 coats of that, and then I put just a dribble of this in the last coat, and then sprayed my clear on it. And I think I come up with a decent color. I wanted a color that would match, far as there's 2 tones on this. There's 2 tones on this truck already, or excuse me, 3 tones on this truck already. A dark brown, a brown that's a little redder, and a brown that's got some gold in it. And they all got a little bit of flake in them. So I wanted to do something that had some flake in it, and that red aluminum pearl had some pearl in it. So I think this is gonna match pretty good. Like I said, it's got all kind of trash in it, and the body work is way far from perfect, but I mean, the rest of the truck is way far from perfect, so I think it'll match pretty good, and that's what I was going for. I want it to look like you know, that's the way it was right off the start. So, I mean, I think I pretty much nailed that. So, we got this going on. And Boots has about got her lights done, and we're going to add a little clip on the end of this with Boots and her lights. So, y'all stay tuned, and we'll show you. Alright, so Boots has been hard at it. She has changed every light on this truck and done all kind of wiring on her own with no assistance, because okay, he taught her, but she's pretty much spliced every wire. He schooled her on some relay stuff, but you guys don't know Boots, but I actually snuck out here a minute ago and polished on her nasty tank because I wanted her underglow to pop for her. But she cleaned and painted her frame and put all these underglows on. And I mean, it's not quite dark yet, so you really can't appreciate. But this woman has been working super hard and has done a jam up job. Don't put your hands all over there. I just polished it. But she's got this cool fuse panel with relays that's all weather pack connectors and stuff. It's waterproof box. It goes in the battery box here. She's got the keyhole lights that she hadn't gotten to yet, because she had to do some repair work on them. But other than that, I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but her favorite color is purple. Flip the switch again. But she's got the starlights in her breathers that are purple all the time. And then they're running ambers, and then they go to purple. And she has done an amazing job. Been working really hard at it. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? I told her when I put lights on 68, she got to wire them up for me. So she said she could do it. Now she's in there showing off. But yeah, she did really well. Too cool.